Hello everybody and welcome back to Alma. So we're just on the way to get this baler sold because I don't see any real point of it. Well, I do see a lot of point of it, but it's too small. 125 bales, it will just take us a lifetime to do anything. So I'm currently, I think it's over there, just looking for the sell point. So we're going to chop this in. We're going to continue with the round balers. We're going to go for the Pottinger one instead, because at least we can then do 180 bales. My thinking is obviously you can still do 180 for your straw and for your hay. Silage you can do 150, and we've already got the bale transport trailer, the auto load trailer, so it makes perfect sense to do that. How do we? There we go. Can we do we repaint? I don't think there's any bother to repainting. Alright, let's sell that. And then we want to go on to, well, this is two things we want to get. So we're going for the biggest of the biggest ploughs, because we have periodic ploughing put on. It's a hire purchase. And let's do, if we did 40%, 2 years. So we can purchase that. And then we want to go for our baler, which is down here. And for this, I much prefer the black wrapping. Let's go, if we were to go 40% again and one, okay, so that's still, let's go 50% maybe. 50% 1 year, right, we'll purchase that. So now we can hop back into our tractor and we want to go. It's a weird layout. Why is it over here and not over with the rest of it all? But anyways, we're going to get the baler first because we're then going to bale the straw. That seems like, and then it means we're given plenty of time to get the plough into our what was a wheat field. So let's just reverse onto here now. What I would also like to have a look at, because I don't mind taking loans out in this first year to keep us going, because one thing that's a definite, I want to make sure that we get the corn dryer, because we have that much maize on the ground. It makes perfect sense to get that from the word go to maximise our profits. And I would also like to, if we can, to try buy another piece of land. Looking at it, I think we're going to go, we should be going past a piece of land that I'm interested in. So it's this one here, field 32. The reason why I'm interested in that one is it has the biggest yield bonus. So I think you get like 120% yield there, whilst in all the others you don't get anything like anything as close. So I think you'd get the most amount of money, like you'd make the biggest return year on year on that field than what you will do on any of the others. Because unlike most precision farming, your map as it were, there's a lot of, the ground here is terrible, or at least it's a lot harder to find that field sort of here, there and everywhere of where it's all low, let's say. We will get a track going down to that shed over there, or cutting straight across, well, we don't want to cut straight across the grass. I just don't like driving, when you come in, I've always been somewhere, if I'm driving anywhere, I like to know that I'm driving that direction. I hate driving in the wrong direction to then know that you've got to then turn around to go back again, you know, if that makes any sense. And it's the same here. When you pull into the yard, to get to here, you either go straight over the silo, which isn't great, or you go left and go around the chickens and right round, so you're driving away to get where you want to be. But right, our worker, he is finished down there, windrowing that for us, done a very, very good job. But the first job we want to do is, because I want to get this plough in the ground as soon as possible, is to get this field baled and done. So we'll turn this on, drop it down. We are already set to 180. So I think is it 11,000 bales you can get at 180. 11,000 litres in a bale you can get at 180. So there shouldn't be, well, I'm going to say that, there's going to be after we're now baled, we're going to go swap with where our worker is in the alfalfa field. So our worker is going to take over driving this and get the alfalfa hay baled, and then we're going to jump into that old John Deere, and I'm hoping that should be able to pull the auto load trailer, and then we can come into here and get this all auto loaded up. And then it makes you think as well then, because we need to put the bales in for the cows, and then if we do that we can start getting a load of manure sort of ready and sorted, which then will be free fertiliser, which for these fields being as big as what they are, it could very well be what we need. But right, let's pull to here, and then I'll just get this set up so that the baler can go exactly where the windrow went. So our worker now, well, we're parked in his way, so he's going to go off and get this field baled for us. We don't really want to be driving along all the swaths like that. We're going to take this back up to the yard, get this parked up, and then get the auto load trailer, and then get rid of those bales. And then maybe try have a look at seeing how we can get some straw into the cows, as long as they've got a manure pit. So if we slowly just put this down into here, like so, let's just go see if we can pull the auto load trailer. I'm hoping we can do, because I can't see it taking a right lot of power to do so. And then we've got we'll have to see, do we have a bale spike anywhere? Because I think we're going to have to get ourselves a shredder, unless we've been very fortunate and we put the bale straight into the trigger. Our worker is doing a fantastic job there. 2 bales already. The only thing that we are missing is on the outside. You can just see that we're missing bits and pieces there, which that won't take too much for myself, just to sort of whiz around and pick them all up. Right, let's get these. And like I say, I just hope that this will be alright carrying it. So I just thought if we clear the headland of where he's baled, when he's doing his up and down rows, he shouldn't get stuck on anything. And I think that will be about it. So we're just going to park up on the side here, and then I want to have a look. Let's turn this off. I want to have a look at trying to get lime onto the field, but in doing that, here we go. I think we're going to go into here. I would like to use, okay, not there, where are we looking, sprayers maybe. This is what I would like to use. The only problem I see is the spray star. What's that? Spread star, spray star. Is there is no precision farming on here, unless if we go to combinations, because here we've got a 36.5 meter boom. What's all this stuff? Would we have to? Okay, we've got it on here, so that's fine there, but they're not here. I think we're going to buy this. I think. I would love to get this, but I'm trying to put everything into one go. And if we go into there, see, there's plenty enough spray in there. And can we? So it's got lizard tires on at the minute. If we put everything on, I'm not too bothered about fenders. Beacon, yes. Spray star, we'll put spread star on. Windows standard. So hire purchase. What do we need for? I want to be, so 30,000. Let's go 1 year. 60,000, sorry. Let's go 1 year. Let's purchase that. And then combinations. This is the first thing we want. And that's going to be a higher purchase again because it's 48,000. We don't really have the money to spend on that. And if we go 1 year, let's purchase that. And then we'll have to go and find, so 19,000, so 10 bags of lime will do us. So let's go buy 8 of these, and then let's buy another 2. And what I will do is if we flick through to this John Deere, we'll take this to the store, so then this can bring the plough back, whilst we then bring our new spreader back. And our bank balance, we're now down to 36,000. I keep forgetting we're in America, and being in America, we've got to drive on the right-hand side of the road. Oh, I've also got that forage wagon. Completely forgot about that and all. I wonder what's best to do with that now. So let's just put this plough on, like so, and I'll just have to, I don't want him to drive, I'd hate for our worker to drive straight into our forage wagon. And if we put him, I reckon if we position him over here somewhere, he should be able to. I don't normally use this feature, but we'll give it a go. So create job. How do I do? Select vehicle. That one. Create job. No, I don't want field work. I just want go to. Here, go to there. Well, let's see what you do. Whilst we flick to this. I'm really looking forward to using this. I wanted to use it in on Oakbridge Farm, but never really got round to it. But I'm hoping this now does all our needs. So let's put that on. And if we just pull around the front here, we'll start to get this loaded up. And then we have it. So I have thrown that bag of lime on top just to give us, because there'll only be 800 litres in there, just to keep us going. And is that, if we hop out, is that the corn dryer? Because I know there was something said about smoke animations onto the corn dryer. So let's just have a quick look, because I don't actually know. Yes, brilliant. Well, that is. Do we buy? What would this cost to buy? Because this is where I'm thinking of taking a loan out to buy this. So to buy, it would be 100,000, or to lease. Okay, well we're not buying it this year. We're going to lease it instead. That makes absolute sort of perfect sense to me. Right, we're going to go lime that wheat field, and then it means we can then get the plough in there. Maximising these yields is going to be so important. Just with this soil being so poor, and I apologise if I keep going on about, oh no! I did so well to keep that bag of lime on for so long. But yeah, maximising this our yields in this soil is going to be just so important, because if we don't do it, you know, we're just going to be losing, like leaving so much sort of money on the table. Well, that's a decent spread width and all, is that? And look how quick we're going. 9 miles an hour. We're gonna. Oh, I love this thing. interesting how if you look at the mini-map, that's a fairly solid straight line, sort of indifference there for lime usage. So I do want to have a look at the precision farming map, the soil map, to see whether that's where there is a change in what we're using. Because if that's higher, so if that's darker, it means it's taken more lime. So theoretically, does that mean it's a worse soil type? But right, let's just have a quick look. Yeah, so that it's a worse soil type, so that's why that's taken a lot more lime. I want to have a look at, because if we're going backwards and forwards, you think we've done a fair amount there of lime. To do that field where our maize crop is, that's going to take a ridiculous amount. So getting a silo in the yard for the likes of seed, for the likes of fertiliser and lime, I think that's going to be a very, very good shout. Right, let's just pull this off to the side because that field needs liming as well. But what I will very quickly do is we'll just park up here. We're becoming very much a John Deere fleet here. Is we'll leave that there. Let's find this, and I'll just quickly clean up all these edges because there'll be a fair amount wasted. I would have said. Just this bit, and then one bit up here on the top to get, and then this one. So we finished off that other bale, which that came out as an alfalfa bale. And now we're just finishing off this one, which this is coming out as a hay bale, which from what I gather, that shouldn't matter. There's a bit over there. That shouldn't matter in the slightest, because I think the way it's been calibrated is alfalfa hay works exactly the same as base game sort of hay, and the same with alfalfa silage, which is one thing that's quite nice, you know, to do a completely different crop, where fair dues you're doing the same thing all the time, but it is completely different at the same time. But right, let's turn this off, and this is the big boy we want to get into now. I've probably chosen the wrong series to go periodic ploughing with such huge fields, but I do believe it is something that we should be doing, or at least having a look at doing. But right, I don't even know how to unfold the plough. So, unfold plough X. There we go, so that takes a bit of time to unfold. So if we go steering assist, yes please. We are going to go start at the bottom, because I certainly won't be ploughing this whole field myself. That is an absolute definite. I will not be ploughing this whole field myself. But I'd much rather, if I am going to be doing some ploughing, which we are going to get started in now, that I would rather do the longer straights than be stuck on the shorter straights. So that's for the headland, so we want to be onto this one. So we'll get set onto that steering assist, we'll drop the plough down, and let's have a bit of fun. So I'm just going to finish this row and then I'll turn it round because I want to have a look at our drill, because we may need, considering we're ploughing now, we may have to get a paraharrow or a cultivator to go over this ground that we're ploughing to make sure that it's smoothed over for the drill. Whether the drill has this capability or not, I don't know. So, but right, let's let that just go over like so. And then if we just put the steering assist on and drop the plough down, we'll just let it go so far that I'm hoping that if I just go onto the worker now, like so, and click worker, it shouldn't have to adjust. Oh, is he not happy with how with how I was ploughing? Does that mean I'm getting the sack there? Oh, please don't go start somewhere else, because I've done all that. I've done that bit for you. Anyways, leave him to it. Let's find. This is what I'd like to find, because there's no point walking over when we can drive, and obviously this needs to be put away nicely. So the drill is over in our workshop over here. So let's just jump out here. Oops, slow down, tractor. Let's open this door and have a look. So the planter, that definitely won't do it. That needs the soil bed all doing properly for it. And on here, no, it's just tines dropping it in. So that would need, and then obviously a roller on the back, which won't give you the, which won't roll for you either, which is slightly annoying. So we will have to have a look at, where will they be? Higher up, definitely. Paraharrows. So do they do, so an 8 metre, 6 metre. So the Bednar would be the one to go for, and then that will just you can just see that it's got little teeth that spin round in circles, and then that will break up all the soil to give us a nice seed bed. So we'll get that in the next episode. I think we will give straw to the cows in the next episode. We'll also tidy up the hay bales there, and if we go onto the map here. So I'm only planning on doing one field at a time, is my plan. So on a year, because I think it's every 3 years they need ploughing, or it's after a root crop. I can't quite remember, but I thought, well, if I do it every 3 years, it's not a massive job then, this ploughing. So we'll get the field 3 done this year, and then next year we can maybe do field 1 and maybe field 2. And then, like I say, I want to buy field 32, which you can see there's 100 yield, expected yield potential 116, and I think that is the best field on the map. That's 110, says 96. What's that? 110, yeah. So I think 32 is most likely the best field on map. It's like 6 here, 104. That's okay, but ours 89. 108, that's not too bad, and then this one 91, so we are down on it all. But right, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.